Hey, it's Adam Narreau here with Realty One Group Empire, and this is your market update for July 2021. Let's go. All right, so here we are. It's the end of July. I wanted to get this video out to you. I know it's towards the end of the month, but hey, here it is. So I got my laptop here with me, and this first slide we're looking at is the number of sold listings versus the number of new listings brought to the market. And as you can see, since February, we have been bringing more homes, more new listings to the market than the number of homes sold. So what does this mean? Basically, when back in February, February, March, April, we were completely in a seller's market. We're still in a seller's market as of now. However, we are starting to see more inventory come onto the market, and also the days on market are starting to increase. Now, like I said, we're still in a seller's market, but in my previous videos before, I've described it as we're gonna go swing from a seller's market into a neutral market, and who knows what's gonna happen from there, maybe even possibly into a buyer's market. When that'll be, nobody knows. So as of right now, we are starting to swing towards a neutral market. However, we are still in what I would consider a seller's market. And the more inventory that keeps coming to the market, the closer we are going to get to a neutral market. All right, so the second slide that I want to show you is the average days on market. And as you can see here, for the month of June, we were down to 23 days, which, I mean, like I said, we're starting to swing into a neutral market, but this right here also proves that we are still in a seller's market. So we are still at low inventory. However, we are increasing, week by week and obviously month by month. The other line you want to look at is the green line above. And as you can see, since February, on average, homes are going over their asking price. So if you're a seller, you definitely want to take advantage of that before we go into a neutral market. Because in our area, in the Victor Valley area, in a neutral market, as a seller, you're typically going to pay at least some part of the buyer's closing costs. So as a seller, that's going to be more money out of your net proceeds. So something to think about. If you want to secure the most amount of money for your home, do it sooner rather than later. All right, so this third slide I want to show you, the red line represents the average sold price of homes in our area, and the green line represents the asking price, or the for sale price for homes in our market. And as you can see, I mean, we have just been steadily increasing since, this slide only goes back till April, but we've been on a steady incline pretty much ever since then. So, the average sold price right now is at $371,000, whereas in April of 2020, it was $281,000. So almost $100,000 in equity that you've accumulated over this, 14 months. How long is that going to last? Nobody knows, but like I've been saying, better to take advantage of it now rather than waiting and finding out and realizing that you have missed that whole boat. So keep that in mind. All right, and here it is. Everybody's favorite slide is the months of inventory. And as you can see, we are still below 1 month's worth of inventory. However, we are, this chart isn't going to show it only because it's based month on month. But week by week, we are seeing more homes come to the market. So as in the previous slide, the more homes that come to the market, and if the sales aren't keeping up, that's obviously more inventory, which in turn will make this chart rise. So sellers, take advantage of the market that we're in right now. There's really no point to wait. If you've been thinking about your home, it's better to, if you've been thinking about selling your home, it's definitely better to do it now rather than waiting and finding out, we're in a neutral market. Whereas I said before, typically in a neutral market, you're going to have to pay maybe some or all of the buyer's closing costs. So keep that in mind. Take advantage of the market that we're in now instead of waiting and finding out that we're no longer in that market. Now, buyers, this is what I want to explain. Obviously, if you've been trying to purchase a home, I would say probably in the last 9, 10 months, last year, it's been very difficult. In most cases, you're going to have to go over asking, waive appraisals, waive inspection contingencies. Just you're pretty much waiving every contingency that you have just to get your offer accepted. Now, if we continue to see more inventory come to the market, the reality is you might be able to keep those contingencies in. And also, if we go to a neutral market, you might be able to also have your closing costs covered, like I mentioned earlier. So if you're a buyer, it might be better to wait. If you're ready to go now, then I would say take advantage of that, because the longer we wait as a buyer, the chances of interest rates rising also increases. So as of right now, we're hovering right around historic lows. How long can that last? Nobody knows. So like I just told the sellers, take advantage of the market that we have now, because who knows what's going to happen in the future. So with that being said, my name's Adam Narreau. This is your market update for July 2021. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.